Hey gang, we're here for 30 minutes of legs. Yeah, I just had to make sure I had everything in my setup. We've got a variety in our setup today, but it is leg day, my favorite day of the week. I actually did this workout in the gym on Tuesday, and we are going to do the at-home version today. And if your gym is anything like mine, it might be hard for you to get to certain equipment anyway and to keep things quick and effective. So this is just a great option for at home or in the gym if you've got a ton of space and you've got the freedom to do that. So I will give gym options throughout the workout, keep that in mind. But for this workout, I've got an optional bench. Again, you don't need a bench necessarily. It will help for hip thrusts. So even if you don't have a setup like mine, you could use a chair, a corner of your couch, a bench, something that may elevate you. So we've got that. I've got a couple plates. And again, you can be creative with something shallow that will elevate you for sumo squats. Not 100% necessary, but that will help you get a little deeper, a little more range of motion in those sumo squats. And then I have a couple heavy weight dumbbell options. I've got a set of 15s. I also have a set of 20s. Do what normally works for you in your leg day. We're talking squats, deadlifts, lunges, all of that fun stuff. So we've got a 5x4 circuit, which will be the meat of the workout. That's going to be 30 seconds of work for each move, for 5 moves, 4 rounds total. 30 seconds of work, only 10-second recovery in between, just enough to transition. And then we'll finish strong with a 5-minute EMOM, like I like to do at the end of a workout. EMOM, AMRAP, ladder, something that's gonna push you when you're already fatigued. It's my favorite way to end it. So let's get started with our warm up together. We will warm up together. Come on, buddy. And then we can do a independent cool down at the end of the workout. Oh, that stretch was cute, buddy. That was cute. All right. Just getting my timer up. Ready to go. Okay, bye, Deuce. He just turned and looked at me like a person. Okay, so warming up the body. Let's just start simple with some air squats. Dynamic warm up. Working on mobility. Now, in your air squat warm up, focus on range of motion, focus on form, getting those hips down and back, pushing up through the heels, and then slightly tilting that pelvis in without hyperextending the spine. We don't want to swing, all right? So we want to stay nice and under control. Lock that pelvis in. Squeeze those glutes at the top of the squat. Try to get a little bit deeper in your squat each rep. Feels so good. I'm going a little bit wider in my air squat warm-up than I normally would for regular ones because I want to get into the hips a little bit. And of course, work on range of motion. Whew, good. For 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go over the logs in just a second. Also forgot to mention, if you've got mini loop bands at home that look like this, little booty bands, grab at least one. I'm going to use a moderate resistance today. So if you have different levels, maybe grab a few before we actually start the workout. Forgot to mention that. All right, so we're just going over the log, working on hip mobility. This is tough for me today. Ooh, so if you are tight in the hips, if you've got some low back pain, this is a really, really good one for you. And it'll help wake up the hip flexors, wake up the core slightly, which is always good in any workout, even if you're not focusing specifically on the core. Switch it up. Good, good. Hand raise emoji if you've ever skipped a warm-up. Don't. I'm gonna be 35 and I'm realizing more and more every day, not only can I not afford to skip a warm-up, I cannot afford not to cool it down. All right, so let's come to the top of your mat, whatever setup you've got today. Reach up nice and tall. Inchworm those hands to a high plank. We're going to take a big step outside of that right hand with the right foot. Option to drop the back knee to get a little bit deeper. Reach up in a T-spine stretch. And then you're going to come right down. Elbow comes to as close to the ground as you can get it. Really open up that hip. Ooh, good. Send the right leg back to down dog. Hold here for a breath or pedal if you'd like. Perfect. Hips come forward. Switch sides. Drop that back knee if that's more comfortable for you. T-spine. Bring it right down. Oh. Oh, okay. Good. Send the left leg back to your down dog. Pedal. Get into the calves if you need to. We're going to go one more time and add a change this round. Big step, drop the back knee. Reach up to that T-spine. Send those hips back. So you may need to round the back to get a deep hamstring stretch here. Bring nose to knee, or you may need to be upright. Either way is fine. Walk those hands back in, elbow down. Come back to your down dog. Ooh, perfect. Good, hips come forward. Big step, drop that back knee, reach it up nice and tall. Send those hips back. Deep hamstring, so bring knees to nose if you'd like. Round the back, really get into the hamstrings, or you may need to be more upright, whatever works for your flexibility level. Bring that elbow down, really get into the hips. Yes, awesome. One more dog. Oh, feels so good. I literally feel so much better now than when we first got started, and I hope you do too. So we'll get into the workout itself. Quick sip of water if you need to. Take a second to stretch out anything else you might need to stretch. I'm going to get my timer up. Okay, so we're going to be ending this circuit with some bridging. That's going to be your optional bench, or you can bridge from the floor with dumbbells, okay? So there's no right or wrong there. We're going to kick things off with a regular squat. So feet hip distance apart, or sorry, shoulder width apart, toes pointed slightly out if you need. So option to have a chair or something nearby to support you if you're just not there with a body weight or weighted squat just yet. So make sure you've got your piece of furniture or your chair to sit down in and just work on that range of motion. So 30 seconds on. Let's get ready to do this. I'm going to kick off round one with my 15s, and then I'm going to progress up to my 20s. So I want you working, again, range of motion. Sit those hips down and back, and try to get a little bit deeper with each rep. Now, 30 seconds of work. We're going to shoot for an 8 to 12 repetition range. Good. So try to match. I encourage you to count your reps. And I want you to match or exceed the same number of repetitions every single round. So we're going with the deadlifts. I grab my 20s for deadlifts. Remember, you don't need to come farther than literally parallel, all right? So bring those dumbbells to mid-shin. Don't worry about bringing those dumbbells to the shoelaces. That's counterproductive. No arching or rounding of the back. Squeeze those glutes in the stand motion. Perfect. Last rep. Awesome, had to get one more in. All right, grab a mini loop band of your choosing. Oh, I grabbed heavy, not moderate. Oh well. We're gonna come down for single leg pulses. Oh wow, there's a big difference in the moderate to heavy, which I didn't know about. Now, if you're at the gym, what you can do instead is a cable kickback. Good. So a cable kickback, stretch it out, relax for 10 seconds, actually is like this range of motion. So we come all the way in, kick it all the way out. Good. Right here, we're just pulsing it up. If that pulse feels like it's a little bit too much for you, that's a progression. So if that feels like it's too much, bring it all the way in, full range of motion, and extend into your kickback. Good. Awesome work. 10 seconds. Literally could take me the entire 10 seconds just to take this thing off. And it did. And we're getting right into our sumo. So sumo squat. Wider than your regular squat stance. Toes pointed slightly out. If you have nothing to elevate you, that's fine. I'm literally using plates, which you can do at the gym. Good. Last rep. Awesome. Finishing strong with bridging. Let's get right in it. Round one, I'm going with a lighter weight. I'll be progressing to something heavier. Now, if you're bridging from the floor, it's the same exact movement, just from the floor. So instead of having some support to elevate you back here, you just literally take your floor bridge position, add a weight if you'd like, and boom, you're right here. All right, so you get a little less range of motion if you don't have a bench, but that's not gonna limit you. You can still complete this entire full workout at home. So that's round one. Round one done. Quick sip of water if you need it. We've got 4 rounds total. So if it feels like we're moving quick, yes, we are. We are moving quick. All right, so let's go with squats. Yes, I know. We finish with squats. We start with squats-ish. Squats on squats. We've got lunges coming in the imam. There will be modifications too. If you want to work with a static lunge, holding a chair or wall or something for balance, then that's a great modification. Perfect. Relax for 10. Right into your straight leg deadlift. Roll those shoulders back. Here we go. Now you can do this in the gym with obviously a barbell and heavier weights if you need. Make sure you've got chin to chest. Something I see often with deadlifting is gazing up. It's a tendency, I'm not sure why. People have a tendency to look ahead, not down. Last rep. Good, relax. Kickbacks or loop band pulses. Neutral spine here in this position. Point that toe. Again, if the pulsing's too much, you're here. full range of motion kickback. 10 seconds before we switch. 3, 2, 1, 10-second shakeout. Yes. Actually taking advantage of the 10-second rest and not just transitioning. That feels good. You guys are doing awesome. Stay with it. Sumo squats are coming next. So let's get ready to quickly remove the band. Speaking of bands, I'm listening to Metro Station. Forgot to add my playlist to the description, so I will add it in the comments section, as I do, because this is a good playlist, I'm not gonna lie. Last one. Good. Round 2, in my opinion, is the most challenging. Round 2 is like, you know the moves, you make some progressions, and your body's like starting to get fatigued, but you know you've got 2 more rounds to go. You're halfway. Round 3, I find a little bit easier because you're 3/4 of the way done. Good, good. Awesome work. Round 2. Take your time getting out. Now, obviously, at the gym, you have plenty of options for your hip thrusts. So you can use a Smith machine. You can use a variety of benches to elevate you for your dumbbell hip thrusts. So you've definitely got a little bit more in terms of access to heavier equipment and different variety there. But not to say you can't add your heaviest weight that you've got at home and get some awesome hip thrusts in your set. Round 2 is done. Quick sip of water. We're gonna go into round 3. Now, this is the part where I pick up the pace. If we want to get to that EMOM, I pick up the pace. All right, 10-second recovery. Deadlifts. Deadlifts, easily my favorite part of the workout. I think because it took me, honestly, years to like really perfect my deadlift form. When I first started doing this, I've looked back at like old videos and the deadlifting was atrocious. Atrocious. Perfect. Kickback time. Here we go, right side. Neutral spine. Kick it back and pulse it, or full range of motion, whatever you're feeling today. Good, we've got 8 seconds to go before we switch. Nice strong pulsing. Good, relax. 10-second shakeout before we switch child's pose if you need it. I know it feels like you should be getting somewhat of a rest in this position, and guess what? It's still a challenging exercise. Almost doesn't seem fair, right? Perfect job. Stay with it. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Now, if you are at the gym, cool. I just encourage you to have everything in your setup in one spot, or mostly everything, if you can help it, so that you still have the opportunity to move quick, giving yourself a little rest in your transitions. Good, last rep. Jump those weights. Hip thrust. Saving the heaviest hip thrust weight for my last round. Okay. So I like to do somewhat of a pyramid, and what that could mean is several things. Your pyramid each round can drop set, and then adding like weight, actual weight to each movement, each round, but the repetitions decrease. So maybe you start at 15 and then you drop to 12, and then you drop to 10, and then 8. Well, you could also do this in reverse, where you are adding weight each round and working in the same amount of time of retention. So that's essentially what I'm choosing to do in this workout. Or to ensure you're progressing, you can also make sure you're maintaining or exceeding the same number of repetitions with the same weight. So even as you're getting fatigued, you're still pushing for the same amount of repetitions with a similar weight that you started, or maybe heavier. So these are ways to progress, guys. Because I'm telling you what, here we go, round 4, right into it. Don't even have time to think about it. So I'm telling you right now, if you are doing the same workouts every single week without progressing, and these are some options to progress in the same exact workout, adding pulses, adding isometric holds, adding pyramids. But if you're not progressing, you'll start to get bored. You'll start to feel like your workouts are becoming redundant and potentially resent the process. So that's the last thing I would want for anybody that's putting sufficient time in the gym or working out at home. If you are already exercising 3 to 5 times a week and you're not seeing results, I want you to come to me, because you're investing your time. So if you're not seeing a return on that investment, we want to figure out together why that is. Why is that happening? Is it something with your structure? Is it nutrition? Is it not enough recovery in your structure? It could be a number of things. But if that's something you're experiencing and you're following my workouts every single week and you're following the structure, the suggested workout schedule every single week, and still not seeing results, we need to talk. We need to talk. Good, relax. Oh, 10-second shakeout. Other side is coming. Let's get ready for it. Neutral spine, extend it out, start to pulse, or go for full range of motion kickbacks. So if you need a little progression, extend that opposite arm out. Really getting into the core now for balance. Woo! 3, 2, and 1. Holy moly. Holy moly. Hooky Duke. Oh, my plates are wider than I want them. Last set of sumos. Make it count. Toes pointed slightly out. Slightly wider stance than your regular squats. If your strength level and flexibility level allows you to get your dumbbells all the way to the floor for full range of motion, that's great. If not, work towards that. Good. Oh, last set of these. Come on, make them count. Two, last one. Oh, holy moly. Okay. Well, that was great work. The meat of the workout is done. I'm gonna get set up for my 5-minute EMOM. Holy moly. What is an EMOM? Okay, so we're working with 6 repetitions for each movement. We're only gonna have time for 3 minutes, guys. 3-minute EMOM. Let's get right to it. Here we go. You're already fatigued. I know it. I am too. 6 reps of everything, starting with lunges. Woo. Go to a static lunge with support if you need. Six, right into 6 jump squats. 6 into 6 hydrants. Both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch. Now I shorten the EMOM, which means I better see more work getting produced in these 3 minutes. Higher output. 10 seconds to recover. We're right back to the top. Minute 2 is coming. Weighted back lunge. 6 total. Let's go. Alternating. Now let's spice up these jump squats. Weighted jump squats now. 6. If you can handle that, which I think you can. I think you can do it. If you didn't think so, I believe in you. But try it. Just try it. And then report back. In the comments, you can say to me, I went for a weighted jump squat and I survived. Last one. Whew. 10 seconds to recover, and we're right back to the top for our last round. 3 minutes. Let's make the most of it here. Woo! Balance, Caitlin. All right. 6 and 6. Let's do it. Switch. The beauty of an EMOM, every level can do it. Whether you need to scale in your weight selection or slow down your pace, but everyone can do it and find it challenging for your level. We got a few seconds to recover. Awesome work. Great job. Way to stay with me. Cool it down independently. Don't skip that part. And then go out and slay the rest of your day. Way to work. I'll see you guys next time.